Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Patrick Dix coming back at you with another video. First of all, I would like for you to subscribe to my channel, Dr. Patrick Dix on YouTube. Next, I would like for you to subscribe to my Instagram, King of Automation. And I also have a website, thedixconsultinggroup.com. And also, I am on LinkedIn at Dr. Patrick Dix. Feel free to reach out to me, subscribe, send me a connection request. But in this video, I want to talk to you about education and why the lack of education is going to pretty much put you in the permanent underclass of America that we're about to face. Um, we have a lot of people that talk about education is not important, there's no need for it. And I would love to ask those people, how can you do anything in life without an education? I would not be where I'm at today unless I had some type of blue collar or some kind of white collar education. And I always share my story with everyone to let them know I grew up on a farm in South Carolina, and my dad had a auto paint and body shop that my brother and I worked at. And those work ethics and the engineering aspect of putting things together, working with tools. I remember us having a acetylene torch back on the farm. And if a lot of people don't know what those are, you cut metal with it. But I remember we had like this disc harrow, and I remember heating up the boats with it, and especially at night, you would see the pretty color of it, trying to heat up a boat so that it would expand and get looser because metal contracts when it gets colder. And I think about my dad had us out there doing those kinds of things or putting wrecked cars back together. And even when my father passed, my brother and I ran the auto paint and body shop, and all of those lessons that we learned helped us in our lives. And even with my sister, all of us are the way that we are because we had a foundation that was taught to us by our parents and a work ethic. And when you add a work ethic together along with a good education, blue collar or white collar, you can do a lot of damage in the world in a good way because not only do you know how to work with your hands and be analytical, you know how to put things together, you know how to figure things out. We're living in a world now to where a lot of people do not like to take accountability. A lot of people don't feel a sense of responsibility for things, and they want someone else to take their fall. And they personally do not want to make those big decisions. I would tell anyone I do not mind. I do not mind making the big decisions. I actually It's something that I love to do because I have a responsibility to make those decisions, and I also have the ability to. I don't mind making the decision for millions of people, thousands of people. So I'm all down for that. But the kind of education that I received and the work ethic made me more comfortable to do that. How are you going to make it off for 12 to $15 an hour? I want people to think about that. You work at McDonald's, you work at a fast food place. We have to be honest. Many of those places were for high school kids. They were for adults that were in college because, after 18, you're considered an adult in the United States or any place around the world. Don't quote me on that. But I know, particularly in the United States, once you turn 18, you can buy tobacco, you can vote, you can buy um, defense mechanisms, guns, etc., to protect yourself. You could join the military, you can get tattoos. So I just want people to think about, you're 18 years old, you can do all of the things I just listed, and you're out here in the world. What are you going to do? You can't wing life anymore. The days of winging life are over. I've said that in interviews I've done, I've said that in previous videos. You cannot wing life anymore. Winging life ends you up homeless. And the permanent underclass of America is slowly getting bigger and bigger. When I say permanent underclass, I mean these are people that cannot afford the basic amenities, water, shelter, food. So when you think about automation and all of the stuff I talk about and other aspects of technology, how are you going to make it if you don't have a skill set? Can you start a business? And when we say start a business, we mean something that's moving society forward. We have to stop lying to people, letting them think, oh, I started a business. If a pandemic happens again, like the one that we're in now, and it's slowly phasing, it's slowly concluding, will your service be needed? We can already say that many of these services will not be needed. Your service has to take society forward. There is no doubt about it. I've mentioned this on podcasts with Erica. I've mentioned this on other shows I've done with other YouTubers. But since I've been on Erica's show a lot, in the last couple of weeks and months, I always say will your occupation take society forward? Let's stop lying to people about these kinds of things. Most people are going to end up homeless and living at a mission, which is where you get food, water, and shelter, asking for food, excuse me, and asking for all kinds of help. We just have to remember you cannot live life without an education. Blue collar, white collar, those are going to be the only kinds of jobs left. You're either going to be working with your hands or you're going to be working with your mind, or you're going to be doing a combination of both. You cannot just go to school for any kind of degree anymore and just think about, you know, maybe I'll wing this thing. Maybe somebody will give me some help. In the world that we're living in, many people are not going to get help, no matter what race or gender you are. We slowly see the poverty line getting higher and higher and higher. It takes more money to live, and jobs are not paying that much. My question to the people listening to this video: what are you going to do? Are you going to continue to complain? Are you going to continue to complain? Or are you going to take responsibility for your life? Again, that is the focus of this video. Education is important. Work ethic is important. Where do you see yourself at? As I said before, a combination of both will take you a long way in life. But if you don't have one or the other, how are you going to make it? So again, this is Dr. Patrick Dix. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Reach out to me on Instagram and follow me. Connect with me on LinkedIn and go to my website, automationawareness.com. Again, I appreciate you listening to this video. Until the next time, have a good one.